Hi guys and welcome back to a new video. In today's video I want to talk about Mr. Panara Remix and I want to explain what is currently, in my opinion, one of the easiest way for you to farm a lot of bronze. And here we're talking about almost 80k an hour depending on how efficient you are. So this is a video I'm making after Blizzard decided to buff the amount of bronze you can get from all the different caches, including of course the legendary one, the Greater Bronze Cache. So with that, as you can imagine, some of the best ways right now to make some gold is simply by farming all these different bronze cache, including the legendary, epic, and blue ones. And here you have a few things that you will be able to do in order to get a lot of these different caches. So the first one, of course, include all the different daily quests that you can take in any of the different infinite markets. And here you have three of them: the looking for group dungeon, the raid, and the scenario one. Then, of course, next to that, I would recommend you every day to try and do both the heroic and normal random dungeons to get one of them, plus also some spool of eternal threats, and same with the scenarios. And like that, you should already have quite a lot, because remember, in each of these greater bronze cache, you will have 2500 bronze. Then another really good way to get a lot of these different bronze cache, especially the epic and legendary ones, is simply by doing all the different raids in heroic difficulty. So again, here you have a few raids you can do. You have Mogushan Vault, Earth of Fear, Terrace of Endless Springs, Throne of Thunder, and Siege of Orgrimmar. And you can do all these different raids on each of your character in heroic difficulty on a daily basis. But of course, some of these raids are better than others when it comes to farming bronze. And so what I've done personally is in the past few days, I've been doing all these different raids in heroic difficulty on this character. And each time I did the entire raid, and I made sure to calculate how long it took and how much bronze I would make each time. And keep in mind, of course, I did it with some pretty good groups, so we could really do it as fast as possible. And here are the results, and really the most interesting ones, in my opinion, if again you're after all these different bronze cache and if you want to farm bronze as fast as possible. So at number one, the best one really, in my opinion and from my experience, is going to be the Earth of Fear. With the Earth of Fear, basically you will be able to get 11,000 bronze on average in 8 minutes, which means that if you're doing it on multiple characters or if every day you're doing it, basically it's 82,500 bronze per hour. Of course, here I'm not including, for instance, the time it takes to find a group, even though it's pretty simple, especially if you have a good eye level, the time it takes to summon everyone in the raid. I'm really just starting from the first trash pack and then after that until the last boss. After that, we have the Throne of Thunder. So here, this one is a little bit longer. It will take you on average 27 minutes. And each time you will be able to get 33,000 bronze on average, which is in total 72,600 per hour. So again, this one is really good as well if you're really only after farming bronze. Then after that, we have the Mogushan Vaults. So the Mogushan Vaults is very similar to the Earth of Fear. You will be able to get 11,000 bronze in this time 9 minutes. There's a little bit more dialogues and everything inside of the raid, but still it means that per hour you will be able to get 72,600 bronze by doing this one in heroic difficulty. Then after that, we have the Terrace of Endless Spring. So here there's only 4 bosses, but usually you can do it in 6 minutes. Again, there's quite a lot of little dialogues and things you cannot skip. And in total, you will get 7,000 bronze. So it means that it's on average 70,000 bronze per hour. And finally, the last raid, which is probably the worst if, again, you're really only after bronze, is the Siege of Orgrimmar in heroic difficulty. Here, it will take you on average more than 40 minutes. It takes me on average 44 minutes because, again, there's a lot of dialogue options. The raid is pretty long in itself. And on average, you can expect to get 27,500 bronze, which equals to basically 35,000 bronze on average per hour, which is really not as good as, for instance, the Earth of Fear, Throne of Thunder, or Mogushan Vault. Of course, keep in mind if you're doing it on Mythic difficulty, probably you will be able to get way more bronze, but I haven't been able to do it in Mythic difficulty yet. And also, you need a pretty good group in order to do it super fast. So with that in mind, my main recommendation would be for you to really focus on these different raids right here. Maybe try to avoid doing the Siege of Orgrimmar again if you're only after farming bronze. What, of course, is probably going to be the easiest way to get a lot of bronze is simply to have a few alts, and on each alt every day to do all the different daily activities. So for instance, the random heroic and normal scenarios and dungeons, the 3 daily quests, and then you can do the Earth of Fear Mogushan Vaults really fast on each of your characters. If you have a little bit more time, you can do the Throne of Thunder. Otherwise, really, you can just do these 2 raids and then log into another alt, do it again and again and again. And like that, normally you can very easily be at more than 70,000 bronze per hour. Of course, if you want to do it as efficiently as possible, I would recommend you to try and do it when there's the most people logged in and when there are the most groups available. So probably anywhere between 5 p.m. to like 9 p.m. is going to be the best time to do that. And normally like that, you will be able to really not waste any time and just apply to all these different groups and get in very easily. Especially again, if you have a pretty good eye level, and like that you will be able to get an invite and then do all the raids really easily. So that's pretty much it for today's video. This is really, in my opinion, right now the easiest way to get a lot of bronze and then to buy all the different rewards that you want in the game. Of course, there are a few other interesting ways to make a lot of bronze. For instance, you can still level up a lot of different alts and then you will probably be able to make 50k an hour, or maybe a little bit less depending on how efficient you are. But this one requires a little bit more skill and a little bit more patience, I would say, because you need to get a level 20 twink and all these different type of things. Then I'm sure there are still a few hyperspawn farms and everything that allow you to actually get a lot of bronze directly by killing mobs. But keep in mind, the new buff that we have is only for the different bronze cache, and so it means that all the different mobs, when you're killing them, will drop the same amount of bronze. So this is why, in my opinion, really trying to go after these different bronze cache is the easiest way to get a lot of bronze. So I will be back very soon with more guides and more videos, and in the meantime I wish you all a great start of the weekend. Bye!